Have you seen the story in New York? There's a homeowner that inherited a house.
Sure.
And there was squatters in the house that took over the house. So she went in and they wouldn't let her in. Like it's her property, right? She inherited that property. But by the time she got there, she was trying to sell the house. They got in there. And what she did, she changed the lock on there. Police was called, and there was a TV news crew that was there too. And there was a couple of people that was arrested. The homeowner got arrested because in New York, you are not allowed to cut the electricity, cut the appliances, or change the lock on people that are still living there. So because she changed the lock, even though they're not paying rent or anything like that, she's not allowed by law. That's crazy.
Yeah.
It got me.
Pull it up.
I don't know the law. Yeah, there's laws. You shouldn't be trying to steal my house. Yes, you are. You don't even have
How about that? A squatter standoff. A property owner confronts a group of people she says moved into her $1 million home in Queens, and our cameras were rolling as dozens of officers showed up.
Several people were taken away in handcuffs, and one of those arrested may surprise you.
Investigative reporter Dan Krauth joins us now with more on what happened. Tell us, Dan.
Well, this is a very big growing problem. I received dozens of tips from viewers about this in just the past week. I went to do what I thought was going to be a routine interview. Instead, we capture what police and property owners are dealing with on a daily basis.
I have video of you.
Who are these people? Figure out the situation. Yeah, but they're in my house, man. Relax. No.
To understand how this day ended,
We need the police right away.
with multiple
You know how much like arrogance you have to be like, this is my house.
And it's not.
Like, I rent this place. I've lived here for 8 years. I don't think I'll ever say, this is my apartment.
It actually not. You're renting a space.
Yes. And I'm keenly aware of it. My landlord reminds me every once in a blue moon, hey, if you don't do something to that backyard, I may have to start an eviction notice. Like, I'm keenly aware.
But then again, these people don't. This is not the situation.
No.
They
Don't say it. They're not even paying. The arrogance to just stand
Ain't
in front of
that wild? Ain't that crazy though? Yeah. Yo, it got me fucked up.
I could tell. I don't see you react normal.
911 calls and arrests. We have to start at the beginning.
Adele, the hardest question is, how do you say your name?
We met Adele Andaloro outside the home her parents left her in Flushing, Queens. She's in the process of selling it.
No, he locked it.
But she's been locked out. She claims squatters moved in on February 6 and refused to leave.
What's it like being here knowing you can't go inside of your own home?
It's enraging. It really is.
In New York, squatters have rights after 30 days.
By the time that someone does their investigation and they do their work and their job, we'll be well over the 30 days, and this man will have stolen my home. And now she's back.
Just after wrapping up our interview, a woman showed up.
What are you doing in the house? Are you renting this house?
I'm not renting.
Why are you here?
She unlocked the front door, saw our cameras, and took off.
It's open. Let's go in the house. It's open.
Adele and her daughter, with the property deed in hand, went inside.
This is my furniture. These are my curtains.
She didn't just find her belongings inside.
There's a man sleeping right there. Get out of my house.
She found 2 men.
How long have you lived here?
I moved in about 2 days ago.
They've called the police on me, and I've called the locksmith. I didn't come in illegally. The door was open.
Police started interviewing neighbors and looking for documents.
Do you have something that shows that you've been here for more than 30 days?
They took the man who told me he had been renting for 2 days out in handcuffs
They got one out.
and escorted the other guy off the property.
Now you're afraid to come out.
I'm not coming out. This house is empty. This is my home. My locksmith is on the corner waiting to change my locks. And it's not fair. It's not fair that I, as the homeowner, should be having to go through this.
How you doing?
Minutes later, a locksmith showed up, but police gave her a warning before they left.
I may end up in handcuffs today if this man shows up here and says that I have illegally evicted him. I said to them, let him take me to court the way I've been told to take him to court. But today, I'm not leaving my house.
Less than 10 minutes after police left and the locks were changed. The man who claims to be the one actually leasing the house shows up.
Call the police again.
With the other guy, police took off the property.
Do you see this? This guy just literally broke down my door, broke through myself and my daughter to get in here. This guy just forced himself into my house.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did.
No, he did.
And so did you.
Ma'am.
You broke through the front door.
Officer.
The man called the police on her.
So why is it that I have to leave and he doesn't have to leave?
Because technically he can't be kicked out. We need to go to court.
They consider this a landlord-tenant issue. And by law, it has to be handled through the housing court, not with police.
If you own this house, you would not want her
I
inside.
don't own the house. I don't own this.
Exactly,
Yes,
she does.
Yes, but then once again, you should know how the law works.
I do know how it
There's-
works.
There's rules to the as you got to go to court and send me to civil court.
He says he signed a lease in October, but wouldn't tell us with who.
I got proof longer than that.
Show us the proof.
But who are you for me to show? I showed it to cops.
Dan with Channel 7 News. If you don't want to show it, you don't want to show
the
it.
proof. Come here, brother. I like that.
I would like to see it.
He didn't show me a lease.
This is a bill.
A bill for work he says he had done to the house. He didn't show police a lease either.
The police department doesn't have the lease?
No.
He's got no documentation.
Just bills.
So Adele, you're getting arrested right now?
I'm being arrested
For what?
for being in my own home.
And where's your lease?
She's fighting the house. It's not her house anymore.
My deed
That's
is
what was
current
told
and
her.
legal.
Arrested for unlawful eviction. She changed the locks on a man who claims he lives there.
So how does this all end then? When do you leave?
The way it ends is either she pays me my money that I put into the house, pay me the money, and I'll leave, or send me to court, and we deal with the judge in court. It's that simple.
It's not that simple. It's a long process. Eviction can take close to 2 years to complete.
Hey, I'll say it, man. America is a broken country.
Yo.
Because they got this issue all up and down America. And some of you guys be like, well, not my state. And it is possible, like I said, that in some states it's not. I've heard of something called squatter hunters. There's like people whose job it is to get rid of squatters. And I'll be honest with you, me personally, like, I'm so over this kind of shit. I'm like, put him in front of a firing squad.
Oh my.
Put him in front of a firing squad. It is already hard enough to get a home. People get their homes and you just take over. Put him in front of a firing squad, my G. I don't care. I'm so sick of these leeches, bro.
Remember?
There's something so think about it. This is why I'm saying this. A home is everything. You take someone's home away. When you break in, you take away the safety of their home. You take away their sense of home. When you do burglaries, home invasions, when you financially scam people out of a home, that's horrible, right? Like, the importance of a home in someone's life is paramount. At least for me, it's always been like that. And for my mom, she worked her whole life to get a home. To think people could just walk in, close the door, say, I've been here for months, and now I gotta go through a 2-year legal process for a home I spent my whole life going. Put them in front of a firing squad.
This might
Yeah.
be. I'm the captain. Yo, that's
I have
crazy.
a lot of patience.
Oh.
Squatters are disgusting leeches, and I don't care if they get wiped off the face of the earth. I mean that with every fiber of my soul. I don't care who says it, who has a problem with it. I will never take that back. Go ahead.
What do you want me to go ahead on? That is crazy, my guy. This is me. This is also me being beside myself. It's crazy. Oh, remember when we was in Detroit and it was neighbors that were putting boards on their neighbor's house that got people left, but they don't want squatters there because it becomes very dangerous for their kids, safety of the kids. I understand now. I understand why you're gonna board up your neighbor's house for people not to get in there, and then it becomes a whole safety issue. Yo!
Well, guys, think about the kind of people who squat. They're generally drug addicts and criminals. That is generally the people who do the squatting, okay? Because most self-respecting citizens are not interested in doing stuff like this and going through this process, all right? So you own a home beside somebody like that. What do you think that kind of energy attracts? More people who come there to do dope. More people that come there to do drugs. And then what ends up happening? Fighting, drug deals, gunfire, all these things. You don't want that in your neighborhood. Nobody wants that.
No, that's...
And here's another thing. You can't even blame the cops.
No, because
they have a law to enforce.
They have to enforce
The problem is the laws that are in place and our politicians that do so little to change them.
You have to understand that the cops are not there to think. They're there to apply. And that's what they're doing. And it's not even like, yeah, I'm going to get in shit if I don't arrest this person because I'm supposed to do my... That's crazy. It's the law that's in place that's fucked up.
And it's not just New York. This happens all up and down across the states. There's people whose job it is to just get rid of these squatters. It's crazy to me. And you know how they do it? They wait for the squatter to leave the home. Then they break in through one of the windows.
And they
They
squat.
change the locks. They get all the furniture while they're gone. And then that's what they do.
And they squat. Basically
They squat
They
themselves.
squat the squatters.
Like,
They squat the squatters out, and then
shit's broken. I'm sorry. This shit's broken. It's too hard to get a home, and to think these people get it this quickly and the law somehow on their side is disgusting to me. Like, look at the last guy. He didn't even have a lease. He just claimed he was there for more. That means the other two guys who either got arrested or kicked out, all they had to do was say they've been there for more than 30 days, and the cops can do nothing. They don't need any kind of proof to show the cops. That's it. Now look, I'm not somebody who loves landlords. I'm not somebody who's on the side of landlords for most issues. But this is one that is clearly fucking disgusting. Okay.
that's crazy.
That is disgusting.
There's no other word to just describe how crazy this is.
Yeah. Beyond even that, like we're hearing about like, oh, the parents died and they're giving that. There's people who go on vacation for 2 weeks and come back and find somebody squatting in their home.
Yep.
And it's over. Do you understand how insane that is? You go on vacation, you come back, and your home is no longer yours.
And you have to take them to court to regain your possession. Not just be like, no, I got all the legal papers right here. This is my house. Nope.
Yo, this is why
Nope.
I prefer a lot of the red states. And like, I prefer a lot of the red states, and I prefer a lot of their castle doctrine. I prefer a lot of that self-defense stuff. They seem to handle property issues a lot better than a lot of the other states.
Trespassers will be shut. Survivors will be shut again.
Let me look. Squatters in Texas can make an adversary possession claim after possessing a property continuously for at least 10 years. Well, good luck.
It's 10 years.
Before that, it's criminal trespassing.
Good luck. 10 years? You got to fight a lot of motherfuckers.
Let's go New York. Let's see what's going on in New York. New York, was it 30 days?
30 days.
30 days. 10 years versus 30 days. Let me see Florida.
And funny thing is, the 10 years in the state that everybody's having a gun.
Yeah.
And the 30 days is 30 days is in New York where you can't.
Florida, it is 7 consecutive years. Landlords that diligently monitor their property can catch and remove a squatter long before the 7 years have passed. At any rate. Yeah, these
there's something recurring, right?
At any rate, maybe we're wrong about this. Maybe you guys have more information. Let us know what you guys think about this topic. We want to hear directly from you.
Nah.